What are we doing? Okay, bro. Okay. Oh, okay. That's it. That's it. I honestly don't really care for burst right now. Yeah, I should have. I should every time, but I don't. No! The one time! I should have done it! Oh, no.